We are on the road in Kimball, and we're going to spend a few moments now talking with Aaron Berger, who is Extension Educator for Cheyenne, Kimball, and Banner counties. A couple of different issues we're going to talk about. One, the State of Beef Conference comes up in just a few days. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. But also, I know you've done a lot of work and some analysis on what to do about these heifers. I'm just guessing there are a number of questions from producers go, well, do I keep, do I retain, do I build up that herd, or do I just send them to the sale barn?
Yeah, I really think that's an individual question depending on people's resources, where their cow herd's at, what they want to do. And so I think really what people do need to understand is what's their cost of production. And we've seen input costs rise significantly. We've seen some moderation in the harvested feed costs, but pasture costs in Nebraska are significant. So knowing their cost of production and knowing if building the cow herd for them is really a profitable thing, I think is important. And then I also advocate, I think, understanding how your system fits with your resources in terms of available grazing resources, being able to adjust to these swings that we've seen in forage production. We've seen really a real wide from 2012 where we had record low forage production to 14 where we had people say this is one of the best grass years they've ever seen. And so having a system that maybe includes both cow-calf and a stocker yearling, providing you some flexibility to adjust to these wide swings and variation, I think is important. So maybe at this point we're including heifers as part of that stocker yearling, breeding some of those, maybe going to sell some of those to someone else. That's an enterprise that looks promising right now. So it really depends on your resources, your goals, and what you can do to fit what you have available to you.
More than just the cost of corn should be some factor.
Yeah, I think we're looking at that whole thing, and so a lot of different resources depending on where you're at, and looking at that system as a whole is really important.
As we see the prices we're seeing at the sale barn, we could also maybe see that shift, and maybe many places could decide, well, we're going to retain our heifers, which could maybe continue our high prices. So we're really in quite a conundrum.
Yeah, I think in the short term there's going to be a tight supply. There's no doubt about that. People, when they have cash flow, are looking to say, hey, I think I can keep some more heifers back. And so that plays into it as well. So certainly for the next couple years, unless we have some type of black swan event that we just don't see, I think these calf prices and stocker yearling prices are going to continue to be good.
All right, let's talk about an event coming up just in a couple of days here in North Platte, the State of Beef. Quite an agenda.
Yeah, State of Beef Conference is one we're excited about. I think really good setup in terms of a lineup of speakers, things that are really relevant, talking about current market conditions, talking about opportunities to develop and keep these bred heifers, thinking about some alternative methods that maybe we haven't thought about for expanding the cow herd, and looking at things like confined cow feeding for a period of the time, maybe some systems that include some of that, utilizing more crop residue and maybe some dry lot type scenarios with a fall calving cow in the summer. So a lot of different creative ways to address this shortage of cow-calf production, and going to be addressed at that conference.
Also, I know in the evening there's an opportunity for producers to kind of gather together and share ideas, because a lot of time at these conferences you learn just about as much, not only from those good presentations by folks like you, but also to hear what's working in somebody else's operation. Yeah,
we're going to have bullpen sessions as the evening as part of the program itself, and you're right, some of the interaction there and questions that are asked are just as good as the presentation themselves, and so those are good things we're going to be looking forward to.
So again, I think hopefully folks see us before the event. There's still time. They can come to the Sandhills Convention Center, correct?
That's right. Sandhills Convention Center in North Platte, November 4th and 5th. And if they haven't registered yet, that's fine. They can walk in that day and still welcome to come.
All right, Aaron. Hey, thanks for your time.
Again, appreciate the opportunity.
Aaron Berger, Extension Educator in Kimball, Banner, and Cheyenne counties, has been our guest. We're on the road in Kimball. For Ag View, I'm Ken Rogers.